So I've been thinking a lot this week about joy, and what does joy actually look like? And is it the same as happiness? And if not, what is the difference? And I think that we often confuse happiness for joy. Now don't get me wrong, both of these things are super important and great when you have them in your life, but I think they're different in very subtle ways. So happiness for me seems to be this kind of conditional experience. Like if things are going right, bam, there's some happiness. And if things are challenging, then somehow happiness kind of hides from us and we can't see it. Now this is not a bad thing, but instead it kind of speaks to the surface emotion that happiness is. Now joy, that's a whole different story. Joy is less an emotion and more this way of life, this way of being, this way of moving about the world, this worldview and how we see things in our experience, whether they're things that we like or things that we don't like. And instead it's this steady space that we live from and this grounding force in a framework that we can experience life no matter what comes up, no matter what we experience, no matter what we see, no matter what may be before us. We can live from this space of joy. Now, joy is not this illusion or this bypass for talking about things that are challenging or difficult or those experiences in our life that we really want to change. So that we're not talking about a spiritual bypass of joy, but instead joy is more like our home base, this place that we can come back to, that place of knowing, the place of understanding who and what we are. When we truly see that, then we can move about our world with this experience of joy, regardless of the circumstances. Now, this does not mean that we're always going to be happy. This doesn't mean that we're never going to have challenge or heartache or pain or disappointment. In fact, we know that those things are going to be a part of our experience. It's what means being in this life, being in this human incarnation, is to experience those things. So we know that we're going to have those things throughout our life. But this joy that we're talking about, when we have that joy, that understanding, we're able to navigate those areas of heightened awareness of who and what we are. We are individualized expression of the one. Now let me rewind that. Individualized expressions of the one. That awareness is joy itself. And it cannot be touched by anything that's outside of us. No circumstance, no pain, no challenge in our life can still that joy, can still that awareness, that connection with this understanding of who and what we are. So when we're able to understand this and really embody this reality, it's then that we truly know what it means to live from joy. And that is an amazing place to be.